Styrofoam is foamy. The purpose of this investigation is, of course, to take a look at chemicals from elements on the periodic table, observing the mixes of two chemicals that will actually create a new substance. In other words, we'll be making a chemical reaction. We'll also be practicing using the periodic table. So you can definitely take a look at the background information, and you can fill in the information for chemical A formula that we'll be using and the chemical B formula, the elements and or the letters that make up the elements. So the materials that I have are cup A and cup B. So those are the cups right here. I have a timer, I have a spoon, a plate, and then I have my solution A and solution B, which I've already measured out. So let's take a look at in writing down, or I should say typing, 2 safety rules. I will definitely zoom in on solution A, if that will help you. Record a safety issue. And here is solution B. Very similar hazard alerts. Of course, we have our graduated cylinders. So he already filled out the background information. If you needed a periodic table, here it is. The P table that we've been using quite consistently. You'll use it in 8th grade as well. All right, so it says Table A, write down detailed observations about cup A. So I have not filled it in yet, just because, or meaning I have not poured it in the cup, because you can record qualitative and or quantitative observations. I have 30 mils of the cup A solution. You can record the color. It is a little bit thick, similar to that of like a corn syrup. So you can describe the state of matter and how the particles move. Obviously fast, somewhat fast, or super slow. Okay. And then here is cup B. Cup B, which I have not poured it in yet, but let's take a look at this graduated cylinder. So for this graduated cylinder, I have 20 mils. 20 mils. You're going to record 2 observations. And this is not as thick, I think, as the solution A, but it reminds me of like maple syrup. And then here's what we're going to be doing. So I am going to be pouring this 30 mils into the cup. Trying to get as much of it out as I can. And then I am going to be pouring the 20 mils in this cup of solution B. All right. So it says that we will be pouring chemical A into cup B. So this is cup B, and I'm going to be pouring this in, and then it says to stir vigorously for about 30 seconds after I mix them. And then it says that we're going to wait for about 7 minutes. During that 7 minutes, you can definitely start to answer some of the other questions in the lab based on the periodic table. That I will show you in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to start my timer, or have started it. And as we are waiting for the 7 minutes, we can go ahead and work on looking at our P table and filling out some of this information about nitrogen, hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. And we'll get to step 3 and step 4 momentarily, but I do want to go ahead and kind of start showing you just after 30 seconds what is happening. So table C, you can go ahead and start recording down some observations, table C, during the chemical reaction. It's like a nice frothy gas. Reminds me of bread rising in the oven with yeast. So you can be working on completing the periodic table for those elements or recording observations at this point in time. I don't want to stop filming because this is obviously the important part of seeing the chemical reaction occur between solution A and solution B. Once again, you can be working on the periodic table elements and recording that information from the P table with the website that's attached, and or recording informations for table C during the chemical reaction. We're not after the 7 minutes yet. It's definitely hot. Cup is definitely toasty roasty. Ooh. Just a couple more minutes before our 7-minute marker. Once again, you can be working on completing the periodic table information. And also, if you have not recorded any observations in Table C during the chemical reaction. We are almost at our time. You can even see the remnants of the cup and the spoon and the two chemicals in there. All right, so we are going to be right here, so stop wherever you are, and we're going to be writing or typing observations after the chemical reaction. So it's unfortunate that you can't necessarily feel it, but I will try and do my best so you can capture this. So it definitely is toasty roasty. It is definitely warmer than it was before. These two liquids were at room temperature. It is stuck in the cup. Writing down some observations of it. I'm trying my best so you can kind of imagine what it would feel like. I'm using most of my pressure I can, even though I'm right-handed, with my dominant hand. So it's definitely turned from a solid to a gas, or excuse me, from a liquid to a gas to a solid. And it's almost impossible to get it out of the cup. There you go, new squishy invented. Just invented a new squishy, though it is a hard squishy. All right, so hopefully you've recorded some observations, as I did the best I could to allow you to see it. And then, of course, you will finish up the investigation.